Hi everybody, it's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway, and I'm here to do your weekly reading from the 29th of March until the 5th of April. I am working with the second edition of my Sacred Geometry Healing cards, and the link is below to where these can be purchased, as well as my liquid alchemy in a bottle. And these have been a godsend to me, and I personally swear by my own products, and I have been working with them quite regularly, especially now in the last few weeks with what is going on worldwide. So definitely go and take a look, because they can really help to nurture, balance, and heal the mind, body, and soul. I'm personally working with Munaiki, which means I love you. It's bringing in the love of self and a very, very nurturing energy, and working with the solfeggio frequency 396, which is in particular the fear aspect, and working on having or releasing any fear that may be there. And I tell you, I have been the most balanced I have been in quite some time. And another one that I'm working with is the Marpun, which is my brand new one, and it is beautiful. Created it in Uluru, and it translates to where the stars and healing align, and it is the energy, the frequency that is needed right now to truly be working with, created on the equinoxes now as well. So you can find that on my website. Okay, so let's look at what cards come through for us today. The first one already is Pineal Activation. Let's have a look what else comes through. Okay. It's the orange icosahedron, so the nurturing. We are really coming into a time right now where we are, this is all about the our shifting consciousness, in which is what we are going through, what we have been going through, and what is going to be coming up in a really big way. Shit has been hitting the fan left, right, and center, and on a worldwide scale. For those who have been working already with this shifting consciousness, they will be feeling it at a higher frequency. For those who are starting out on their journey, you are really going to be starting to to be feeling things on a different level. It is now's the time that we really need to wake up. We need to understand what is going on a grander scale, and we need to start rising above these lower frequencies that we have been been subject to, with what is going on with this pandemic, and rising above this and going into these higher frequencies, because this is where our intuition kicks in. This is how we will start to understand the knowledge and the wisdom that lies within, and we will start questioning things on a grander scale. So when we're working with this, ways we can do this is working with different solfeggio frequencies. These are also, you will find them in my my deck of cards, and is a big write-up on them in my book, as in the book that comes with the card, to understand it more. We can do it with bowls. We can do it with the foods that we're eating, water, and frequencies, vibrational frequencies that come within this liquid alchemy, because these will help you as you are going through these shifts of consciousness that you are starting to either go through, or you are already on track and you are just going to new heights, new levels. At the same time, we're really going into the emotions, and it's really time to nurture ourselves. This is the icosahedron, and it is we work with the element of water, a very feminine aspect, this card. So for many, it may be that you are actually working with the feminine aspect of self, because the law of gender states that there has to be both male and female. Uh, and for some, it may be that we've worked too much in our masculine and we have to come back to that feminine energy. But at the same time, this is about working at the sacral center. This is our birthing center. This is the center of creativity. I have a feeling this came up last week as well, this particular card. But you know, with everything going on, we need to nurture ourselves. We need to look after ourselves. And at the same time, we need to adapt to what is going on worldwide, and we need to find ways. We need to start to become more creative in what it is that we can do for ourselves in our business. How do we change the way we're working? Maybe in your family life, things need to start changing. And in saying that, it's really interesting actually, because the card that's come through is joy. And if you can actually see within that card, sorry, I don't normally use the computer, but it's the actual icosahedron, the orange one, so which is in the middle, and it's the octahedron that surrounds it. The octahedron pertains to the heart, and it is working with the element of air, and we're working with the aspect of love, and we're bringing in the nurturing, and we're bringing in the love and the joy all together, because for what is going on worldwide, we need to actually find that inner joy. We need to go into that sacral center. We need to, whether you work with the colors that are associated with there, which is orange. Orange is such a beautiful, nurturing color. There are different ways. It's also, we can nurture it with food as well. Food is always a beautiful way, and vibrational water. Okay, so we've got a few that have come out. Reflection. Okay, this is about going within. It's introspection, and in this reading, and it's telling us that we really need to go within to ourselves. We need to reflect on our lives, where we've been, where we're going, because changes, whether we want to call it an upheaval, or it's a massive shake-up of our foundations right now. And so we need to have a look at where we've been and see how amazing things have been for you, taking the gratitude of things that have been good and not so good. It's about self-reflection, because where we think maybe we haven't done so well, or you've been very hard on yourself, you'll probably be surprised at how far you have truly come. So at this point in time, do not be as hard as yourself. Do nurture yourself and actually find, you will amaze yourself when you start to become gentle on yourself at what you have accomplished. It's those little things that all start to add up. We also need to be very mindful of our energy. Okay, so energetically, we are, we're mentally tired, we're physically tired. There is a lot going on for us right now. This is the shape of the crystalline structure, excuse my wording, of garnet, and garnet is all about life force. So I highly recommend, if you've got some garnet, carry it with you, because it really, really does help. I've got a big one that I've been working with. It was in here, not anymore, and I can't show it to you. So it's actually in my room, because that's where I've put it. So the other card to come out is fulfillment. Fulfillment is here to remind us that we are all part of the collective, and a good way of looking at it is, think of us all joined by the umbilical cord, or a piece of string, and that piece of string joins each and every one of us up. So we are actually part of the all. It's the law of mentalism, which is one of the 7 Hermetic Principles, and it's a very important one, because when we start to understand that we are actually part of the collective, we are part of the all, then we need to know that when we come from a place of fear, or we are very anxious, or we are very stressed, these energies are frequencies, and these frequencies, we are, what we're feeling, we're then putting out tenfold. So you've got to understand that each and every one of us is going to start feeling it. And for those who are already quite empathic and feel, they will understand, they know what I am talking about. And then it does get to a point where we also have to learn to protect ourselves from those energetics, and that can come a few ways, such as working with crystals or cloaking yourself. But going back to what I was saying, as we are all part of a collective, it's understanding that when we start to nurture ourselves, when we start to bring in that inner joy and that love, this is what we are then going to be putting out for others. But that's what we're putting out for the collective. And this is what is so important for us to be working with right now. Let's work with love frequency, because that is what is going to help to bring the harmony. This is the bottom of the deck, and the card number is actually 40, and when we look at 4 plus 0, it's a 4, and 4 is our foundations. 4 is actually about creating the stability in our lives. So let's work with harmony. Let's this, what I do recommend, because this is another, when we look at this card, it's the cymatics of the 432 hertz, which is the universal frequency, and is a beautiful frequency to work with. You can actually download it or listen to it from the YouTube. There's plenty of music that relates to the 432 hertz on there. So please, wherever you are, have a really beautiful week. Nurture yourself, find your inner joy, think of all those good things, bring all those smaller things together as you are going through your phase of introspection and that healing that you're bringing upon for yourself. And I will speak to you next week. Okay, bye for now.